It's hard to know what your ROI is in marketing because you just don't. There's no correlation between, your income from all the marketing expenses. So we always go back to that personal experience, that one-on-one experience. I think of a time when I was in Las Vegas and I was in this parking lot. I couldn't remember where I parked my car. So as I'm aimlessly walking through this parking lot, I hear my song, "Let's Get Down to Business" from Mulan. Did you know I was Captain Shang in Mulan? Did you know that? A lot of people don't know that I'm Captain Shang. So I'm hearing this song in this parking lot, and I'm walking towards the song, to the sound, and I come across this van of 20, 21-year-old students from UCLA, and they're all hungover. And I walk up to the window and I knock on the driver's window, and he turns the music down, rolls it down, and says, "What?" I said, "Who are you listening to?" He said, "Donny Osmond, who are you?" I said, "I'm Donny Osmond." I mean, you'd think I was the most important person on the planet. These guys jump out of the van and they want my autograph, and having a great personal experience. I said, "Guys, can I just stop you for a second? Why are you listening to my music?" And he said, "Oh, Mr. Osmond, you have no idea how important you are in our lives." I said, "Why?" He said, "Every other week, we leave our studies at UCLA, and we come to Vegas and get completely plastered, party, and we put on Donny Osmond, 'Let's Get Down to Business,' to get back to our studies at UCLA. But because I probably spent an hour with him in that parking lot, talking to him and just having a great time, personal experience. They now have a story to talk about. It's so important. Marketing is great. You can scream all you want with your keyboard, but get out there and talk to people. That's your ROI, in my opinion.
Well, and I guess we've been joking about it, but you have been in entertainment for 50 years.
54, but who's counting?
Longevity speaks for itself. I mean, to keep a brand alive that long,
it works,
and be sustainable in doing these kinds of things and telling stories and things like that. There was a question specifically for Shantae. Wanted to know a little bit more about how storytelling really works. Not so interested in the social media aspect. So how is it that the storytelling is really impactful from a marketing standpoint, from the mind actually?
It promotes more memorable experiences for that brand, and it also helps with the motivation to buy, because now the individual has more connections to that brand because you stimulated the emotions, the memory. I mean, just a little brain anatomy. If you go into the emotional brain, you have the amygdala, you have the emotional spectrum, and you have that hippocampus, which is that memory part of the brain. So the stronger the memory, the more engaging the story that takes you up on the roller coaster of emotions, the more that story is going to stick with that individual, and that story is connected to that brand, so you're going to remember that brand. And we're driven, 90% of our behaviors are driven subconsciously, so those stories get embedded into our subconscious neural pathways that motivate us and drive us to buy and interact with brands.
I'll add one. I want to add.
This is why we bring in science and application, because some of us don't.
Wow, that was cool.
That's impressive.
That was cool.
So,